Remember my first review of Submachine, when I said that the universe of the Submachine world was going to be greatly expanded in future episodes? Well, my dude, Skutnik, I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name. Well, he really got busy in the second episode, because not only is this episode a spectacular, enhanced version of the first, like it basically improves on every aspect of the game, but it also expands the universe to like shocking new degrees. Like it really tests the boundaries of this universe, and it really makes you question like where you are in relation to not only like the game itself but also in the universe. So it's like a very thought-provoking game, and it really should be considered one of the greatest online experiences ever made. This particular episode is a favorite of mine just because of its like very sort of, it's all red. Have you noticed that? Like every frame in this is red at the beginning and it slowly progresses. I think it's like, once again, like Matthew Skutnik has a fantastic grasp on how to use atmosphere to help improve your game. And honestly, I think that the creepy sort of whoa, what did I do there? The creepy aspect and also like the unknown of this game is really effective in like sort of messing with the player's mind and also making him really question where we are in this world. And I can't put that wisdom gem on there, so that's unfortunate. That's where it's supposed to go. Spoiler alert. Yeah, so what does Submachine 2 do better than Submachine 1? Well, for starters, it has much more to it. It's a much more in-depth game. Like, I'd say there were about 30 or so rooms in a Submachine 1. This one takes it to like at least 100. There are like plenty of slides to go through, but puzzles are a lot more in-depth. It's not just like finding something and placing it in. You also do like, I think there's like a math problem, like a spinning wheel problem that involves physics and also like, relative motion. So it's like, a lot more in-depth and a lot more complex than episode 1. And in addition to that, I think that they also really improved on the exploration part of the game. While in the first episode, it was basically telling you where to go, like, the doors were basically set out for you, and it wasn't really that much of a challenge to get around from one place to the next. In this game, you actually have to think about where you're going next. There's this one really elaborate maze of pipes, and it honestly got me stuck for at least 10 minutes the first time I played it through, because it's really confusing. Like, there are at least, like, 100, I wouldn't say 100 pipes, but there are at least, like, 50 or so pipes in this maze that like completely throw you off, and there's so many things you have to find in this like labyrinth of dark, like sort of sewery area that you have to search through. It's really great in the fact that the replayability is like higher here. The actual gameplay length has been like upgraded. You can spend a solid 30 minutes like, going through this puzzle game, but also like an extra, I'd say like 15 or 10 if you wanted to find all the secrets. That does lead to one of the downsides though. Despite this game having a secret system where like, have to find the hidden objects, it does not actually have any incentive to really do it, because there's no reward at the end for actually finding all these things. In future episodes, however, they fix this by adding concept art and messages from the creator that really make this like, more engaging and more like, more incentive to actually go through with the whole prize system. But you know what? I can forgive it because it really does, contribute a little new layer to the game. So overall, I think this is a fantastic game, but I do have one flaw with it, and that is the fact that I really do think that it didn't really answer too many new questions that I was having. Now, I know that this series is 10 canon episodes long, and they have plenty of time to develop the, characters and such, and there are more letters here to be found. But I do wish they had, like, a little bit more in terms of, like, story, elements, and, maybe a little bit more of the, maybe a sort of a grasp of who you are and what you're trying to do here. And that really isn't satisfied here. But despite that, I think that, the game is still a fantastic experience that greatly improves on the predecessor. I think that this game deserves a solid, even more solid than the first one, 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a great game. I think it's a fantastic online experience. And overall, I think this was like my favorite until I think episode 7 came out. I think that's my favorite as of right now. I think that one was the core. Nah, that wasn't the core. That was, I forgot which one that was. But yeah, I think that episode 2 is one of the strongest iterations in the series despite its age. And I really do think that you should check it out when you get the chance. It's on JS Games. It's on, like, pretty much all you have to do is search Submachine 2, and you'll figure out where it is. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope that you agree with me on this, and if you have any opinions on the game and the series as a whole, be sure to leave them in the comments, and share the video with any friends you think might enjoy the Submachine series. So yeah, thanks again. This is Steve from Glasses Gaming, signing off.